Hi, Doctor. How's it going? What? What do you mean they escaped? That's okay. I will go after them myself. Can you tell me the password for the space colony control? Tricking that old doctor is just too easy. All right, it's time to get to work. The password is Maria. Maria, I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh well. This is it. Research Project Shadow, the ultimate life form. Let's see now. What in the world is this? This can't be right. Just what is Shadow anyway? I guess I'll just have to take the last pieces of the Master Emerald.
How's it going, everyone? This is Yxlarb, and welcome to the final episode of the Dark Story. Unfortunately, we're starting on kind of a low note. We have got Mad Space, probably my least favorite mission in the entire game. We speak to Omochow here.
Detector readings are reversed. Be very careful.
What that means is pretty much if you go to a hint monitor and you click, it's like, what is this gibberish? Of course, when I was a child, I thought like, oh, that must be like another language, like Spanish or something. And of course, I didn't know Spanish, and I still don't really. But, I mean, obviously now looking at it, of course that's not Spanish. But pretty much what Omochow means is all the hints are coming in backwards. So what this actually says, if you read it backwards, is black container balcony? Black container balcony? That's not even a complete sentence. I guess that's a title. But it's not a big deal. It just is what it is. As you can see here, though, we're on this just tiny little, I don't even know what to call it, tiny little satellite. You want to hit this switch here and make your way upward and hit this rocket. As you can see, we land on a planet which has, you know, some funky gravity. The control is actually not that bad. Like as you can see, it's all pretty maneuverable, and you can fly and everything. It's kind of cool. You know, this is obviously a very early gravity system. It's nothing compared to Super Mario Galaxy, but anyway, here we've got the iron boots. These are a required upgrade. These are basically the equivalent to the gloves that Knuckles has. Allows us to break iron containers, and of course they give us this really cool pink effect when we're attacking. So that's awesome. Now we want to climb up here after hitting that switch, and you'll see this rocket will take us to another planet or moon or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. I'm not good with that terminology anymore. I used to be, but I'm just not at this point in my life. But there are 3 of them. Now, some of them, like this green one, you can actually manage to fly out of its gravity like that. This one, pretty much impossible. No matter what you do, without using the rocket, you're pretty much going to be trapped in its gravitational pull. So you're going to want to hit this rocket, and then when you fly this way, then immediately fly left, and we should be able to get out of it. Come on. Now we want to make our way to the 3rd and final planet by using, is it this rocket? No, it's not that rocket. It's definitely another one. Let's see if it's this one. You want to break these iron containers, and now you can access new switches that weren't there before to activate new rockets. Yes, this one takes us to the final of the 3 planets. And as we've seen, there's actually not much going on. This one has the weakest gravitational pull of them all, by the way. And then just like in Knuckles' mission, what was that? Meteor Herd, right? I'm forgetting the name right now. We have these, higher up sections, which, of course, gives us more room to explore and more places to get lost in. This, just like Knuckles' mission, unfortunately, let's see, the lowest place. Okay, yeah, we spent all our time going up high, but we want to go to the lowest place. So the gravitational pull pretty much makes this really difficult. The fact that you have to find very, very specific rockets to kind of make your way, it really sucks. It's all very spread out. That doesn't work very well, I'd say, in this particular case. The radar's just not strong enough to pick these sorts of things up, so you really have to spend a lot of time, doing what I'm doing right now, going around the outskirts. And to complete my sentence earlier, just like Knuckles' stage, It's very easy for this mission to take longer than 10 minutes. It's really frustrating at times when that happens. But anyway, I'm looking for black container balcony. Oops. I don't think I got enough momentum there. Whew, that was close. You know what? I'll fly a couple more. I'm sure I've probably gone the full circle at this point. Let's get another hint. It's not on a platform with a black container or an inverted tower. Now see, that's another thing. That's another gimmick kind of in this mission. You'll get, I guess, whoa. Okay, I died. That sucks. You'll get pretty much sarcastic hints like that. It's like, oh yeah, it's not there. Believe me, it's not there. It is there. It's really strange. I don't think it makes it very clear all the time. I mean, the only reason, you know, you would find out in this particular case that that was a lie is because our first hint told us it was on black container balcony. So it's like, of course it's here. Of course it is. Oh, well, that death actually probably did us a favor because now we can at least kind of somewhat figure out where this next one is. We at least have a reading on it. Where are you? It must be on the planet itself. Sometimes you have to use these springs. Get over here. No, that's not the right spring. Where could you possibly be? Man, do I ever hate this mission. Sorry to be so negative. This is one of the times where I'm being negative and I actually mean to be negative. You know, other times it's just... it just happens because I like to nitpick at things. But here, I truly dislike this. You know, there's some good ideas here. I just don't feel like the execution is very strong. Okay, where is it? It's like turning yellow. It must not be on this planet. We're gonna try going elsewhere. Okay, now we're stuck in a loop. That happens sometimes. Please stop. Just quit it. Okay, what is going on here? I don't know if it's not on the green one. Is it up there? It didn't alert at all when we went up there, so I don't see how that could possibly be. I don't know. Here though is one of my pet peeves in action. Okay, of course, because I died, we have to reactivate this switch. That's an annoyance in itself. But if we want to go to that third kind of bluish planet, which kind of looks like a moon, we can't just rocket up to it. Oh! Saw it red. We have to specifically... oh, wow. Just right here. That's astoundingly annoying. But as we saw, we found that spring. So I retract that. I was going to say you have to go back down to the like little satellite that we started at. No, you just need to find this spring, and this will suffice. So that's good to know. I'm going to do the thing that I normally do, which is go upward. But of course, while we're here, where's the hidden marker? Is it in here? Yeah, it is. I just want to get a hint. This is a mission. Okay, great. The question is, does it start on the top line? To see the trees, to close... what? To see the trees, to close to the forest? That doesn't make sense. Are they trying to say to see the trees too close to the forest? Because that would make a little more sense. But still, it's more like a riddle than anything else. That really doesn't help me. I'm going to go upward because that's what I feel like helps. A very high place. Okay, well, hopefully that's not sarcastic, because it would be impossible to know whether they're being sarcastic or not. We'd have to go all the way up here, not find a piece of the Master Emerald, and then go all the way back down. It's not below the starting point. See? It was sarcastic. That's so irritating. You guys wonder why I hate this level. Well, maybe you weren't wondering. Maybe you also hate it. There it is. Easy enough. Man. That is so annoying because... okay. At the base of the... lift... what? Oh, tilted. Tilted light. What does that even mean? It couldn't be more vague. But pretty much, like, you'll be getting all these vague hints, and it's like, I have no idea where this is. And you have to think to yourself, like, okay, I have to think of this as if it was a serious hint and a sarcastic hint. You have to think about both, and that's problematic. But oh, it looks like we're pretty close to the third one. Okay, it is on this planet, or at least nearby. It's in you, huh? I'm trying to spin, no? I guess we'll come along to the side. Somewhere around here. No. Obviously, I died, so it took a lot longer than 4 minutes, but really, that wasn't all that bad, all things considered. It can get much, much worse, believe me.
Not too bad, I guess. Long time no see, treasure hunter. Did you find my emerald?
That's a good one. Your emerald. Talking to you is a waste of time. Hand over those master emeralds. Give them to me.
Alright, just like in the hero story, Knuckles, as Rouge did at that time, is going to have special powers. He's going to be able to collect rings, I guess, and hurt us very specially. Come on, just let me hit you. Okay, I didn't even get one hit off on him that time. That really sucks. Usually you can get one before the floor opens up and causes a little bit of anti-gravity. Okay, what is going on here? Like, wow, that was really terrible. Come on, Knuckles.
I can't.
Come on. Dude, just get over here, please. There we go. Honestly, that drill attack is the only real way to attack. It's the only way. There we go. Got him a second time. That's good. Looks like we got him a little stuck in there. Come on. Come on. But yeah, he has access to those powers. Oh, like that. Like that. And, but otherwise, it's pretty much identical to the fight against Rouge. Really nothing too special. Oh, I thought I got him there. Damn it, Knuckles. You suck. We got him anyway. That one much smoother. We didn't die to him at the very least. Unlike, you know, Knuckles when he was fighting Rouge.
Stop fooling around and give me back my emeralds.
What are you babbling about? Call yourself a hunter attacking a lady? Shame on you!
What kind of lady goes around stealing gems anyway?
Those belong to me! Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch me.
Is that how you say thanks to someone who just saved your life?
Saving my life. Don't think I owe you one. You just wanted to hold my hand, didn't you? That's why you saved me. You're such a creep.
This isn't a joke. You think when you want that girl, I was saving the Master Emerald.
No matter what you say, it sounds crazy.
What?
Fine, then just take them. They stink like a kidney's key.
If that's what you thought, you should have given me them in the first place. Finally.
What?
I'm sorry if I hurt you.
We should get going.
This is the final time we're going to interrupt the story when trying to go after an optional upgrade. And actually, the one we're going to get today is, if I'm not mistaken, the only optional upgrade which requires another optional upgrade to obtain. Yeah, very curious. You need, of course, the Iron Boots, which we just obtained with Rouge, and then you also... Where is it? On the other side, probably? Then you also need the Mystic Melody, believe it or not. What? The Mystic Melody is actually used for something other than, you know, Mission 3 in a particular stage? Yeah, it's true. Oh, okay, here it is. I was looking for you. You gotta find the altar. Come on. Oh, there we go. creates these platforms. And the reason why these are important is because when you climb this wall, you can't climb over onto the iron containers and break them. You also can't break into this tiny little area up here. So this is the only way to do it. Then break these, and then once you do that, I'd like to, be able to actually see. So you can see this thing, the treasure scope. Pretty much Rouge is equivalent to the sunglasses, allowing us to see things which are invisible. Just like the sunglasses, these don't have really any story purpose. They're more for the hard missions, which are mission 5 in the treasure hunting stages. But in here we've got a 1-up, which is always nice. But jumping gets rid of it, and then presumably you can also go through the menu. You cannot, no, so you have to jump to get rid of it, but that's okay. That green tint isn't very flattering for Rouge anyway.
What's Rouge up to anyway? This is strange. It's showing energy readings from 2 separate Chaos Emeralds. Did they really think they could trick me with that fake emerald? Wait, Shadow. I'm the one who should be telling them the end is near, not you. Now is the time to end this long drawn out battle. It's in history as the ultimate genius. If something happens, I count on you to finish the job. Hurry, the moment for attack has come. It's now or never.
So one thing I find kind of cool there is that, so of course we just saw that Eggman, before he even encountered Tails, before Sonic went to go save Tails and Amy in the hero story, he knew there were 2 emeralds because he saw there was 2 readings, and of course because he has 6 of them, he knows there's a fake emerald. It's not a question even for him. So he's going in prepared with that. So when you initially play through the hero story, assuming you play through it first, you're gonna be like, what did like Tails basically saying like, oh, how'd you know it wasn't the fake one or something, like, what really gave it away, pretty much. It's like, what gave it away that there was a fake emerald? Now we know. But anyway, this is one of the coolest missions, probably my favorite Eggman mission there is. It's so cool because the gravity is so low. When you jump, like, first of all, oh shoot, when you jump, like, this is your normal jump. If you hold the A button, it's pretty much the same thing. But you can boost upward, and it actually increases your verticality, which is so unique because now it feels like you're actually flying versus just, I guess, slowly descending. One thing that can be kind of tricky is when you have to destroy these pyramids. You have to, have your, like in this case, I'm holding an Xbox One controller. I have to hold the A button with like the back of my thumb, and then press the B button with the front of my thumb. It's really weird. I wish there was a way to stage this boosting in the air without, that. I don't know. It's probably not a big deal. It's really not a big deal to me. I've gotten used to it. Speaking of, that's one thing I wonder about a lot with games I have, serious nostalgia for. Is, like, obviously when you played a game a lot, presumably you played a game a lot when you have nostalgia for it. Maybe not. I don't think that necessarily needs to be the case, but it could be, and it's probably very likely. You've gotten used to the flaws. I feel like, Sonic Adventure DX is the perfect, game to think of when discussing this. See this? This is something we want. But it's like, the controls are kind of sloppy sometimes. But you get used to them, and then you can play through it. But I feel like if a new person were to play it, they would just get incredibly frustrated, especially if they were my age now. Not a kid who can just, come up with the excuse that, oh, I just suck. That's why this game is so hard. It's not because of the controls. So, pretty much the point I'm trying to say, and the point I'm trying to make is, when you're a kid, you're not that objective. Not that that's a secret to anybody. Anyway, here is the final upgrade for Eggman, the Protection Armor, a purely optional upgrade, which you actually get to see when you play through the hero story, regardless of whether you collected it as Eggman or not. And that's actually your hint to its existence. When you fight Eggman as Tails for the second time, he's wearing this armor, and you're like, what is that? And then that's pretty much your hint. So now what I need to do is I need to get full health. But pretty much what the Protection Armor does is it gives us more health. As you can see there, where the health bar would normally be like a light blue, it's now a dark blue, and that indicates to you that you have more health than before. Also, as you can see, you can also score some seriously high combos here, allowing yourself to get perfect combo, as they call it, or an extreme combo, as you just saw there, allowing you to get 2,000 or 1,500 points respectively. And that's cool. It's always nice to get high points. I don't know if this mission or weapons bed allows you to get more. Either way, both allow you to get plenty. But the protection armor is such a nice upgrade because it's not situational. It's just constantly useful. You know, like the laser blaster is useful sometimes, or you know, like what am I trying to say? You know, the booster is always useful, but it's like the laser blaster is only useful sometimes. The large cannon is really only useful for iron crates. You know, a lot of upgrades are used just for progression purposes, or for completing secret or side missions, or getting 100% in the game or something. This though is always useful. It always gives you more health. I don't know how much more, if I'm honest. I've never done a test to see kind of, how much more damage you can tank or anything like that. That's not something I've ever attempted. There's some serious ring/health here, which I desperately need. But yeah, it's pretty great. One thing you'll also find about this mission is that it's quite long. Whoa, just ran right into you. Come on. It's quite long. It might be one of the longest ones. One of the longest linear missions, at the very least. That, of course, includes the speed stages and the treasure hunting. And the mech shooting stages. The treasure hunting stages, those are kind of wild cards. Anything could happen. But yeah, being able to, fly up this high with this, God, whoa! I have to collect these rings. I need more health, dude. I actually have to stop to collect this whole row of rings. That's how desperate I am. But being able to, take advantage of this lack of gravity. Actually, I don't even know if I hit this switch. I don't think I did, but that's okay. Now I did. It allows you to kind of, skip stages, skip some obstacles, take some shortcuts, which is always fun. That's one of the most fun things in a Sonic game. You kind of, learn the stages really well. You mastered the character's skills and talents, and then you can just make your way through the stage in a blistering pace, and that's so much fun. Again, why I don't really care much for the ranking system. I explained that a little bit before. It's like if there was no ranking system, I could just breeze through and just not care. You can make the argument that when you're just breezing through, you're not taking advantage of much skill, but because you're avoiding enemies, you're kind of avoiding a lot of challenge, you're taking shortcuts, so you're not getting through the stage the way it was intended. I don't know. I don't really agree with that, but I'll accept your argument, I guess, as somewhat valid. I won't agree, but I'll see some of its merit. Here we go. Yeah. Anyway, I honestly like the protection armor. It doesn't give Eggman as much contrast. Before having I guess red feet and legs and whatnot, and then having a gray body, main I don't even know what to call that thing. His little clown car. It's kind of like Bowser's clown flight car thing. Honestly, I can't remember what that thing is called, but I always thought it was kind of silly. Honestly, yeah, I mean that might be a controversial opinion, but Bowser to me was always really cool. I didn't think of him as kind of a funny, jokey character growing up. I thought he was legit scary and cool. So seeing him in something that's clown themed and just sort of circus themed, what is this? This is just him. But anyway, that's not relevant to what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is how cool Eggman looks right now with the protection armor. It does take away some of his contract, as I stated, but overall, I think he just looks better. So here we go. Wow, how are we avoiding all these lasers? We are just sitting ducks here. This is one complaint you can have about this mission, is that you're just sitting, you can't move, all you can do is just fire. But whatever, kind of not cooperating. We have to shoot back at this thing, which I don't even know what it is, honestly. I think someone told me that if you do nothing here, you still won't die. I'm not going to test that theory. I'm just going to keep firing at it. Every few shots, it loses one of its little cannon, drill-looking things. I don't even know, honestly. I don't even know. It is what it is. Anyway, that was the final Eggman mission. Wow, 38,000 points, and we still got a D rank. That just shows you. Wow. It doesn't really matter how many points you get. It's a matter of how many points out of the max total you get.
Darn! Why do they always leave a sweet little innocent girl like me alone?
Well, well, young lady. Is there something I can help you with?
Dr. Eggman!
If you value your life, you will tell me where Sonic and Tails are. Let's take care of business first, shall we, Sonic? Hand over the Chaos Emerald, slowly, and then we'll talk about your girlfriend. That is, if you really care for her.
Handing over the fake emerald? I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Put the emerald down right there and back off.
You've turned into a big-time villain, Doctor.
Whoa! You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails!
Because you just told me, Fox Boy. Now, for a little space ride. The capsule clears the colony back.
I'm counting on you, Tails. Amy, take care of yourself.
Farewell, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic!
Farewell, Sonic, my admirable adversary. Now we have some unfinished business to take care of. If you give me the real emerald, I will release you both. That's my promise.
Sonic!
Huh?
Sonic's asking for the first time to do something for him. I won't let him down. I won't give up. What have you done to Sonic? I'll never forgive you for this.
Again, I'm sorry, Tails. I know this is supposed to be a growing moment for you, but I mean, we just have to take you down. Those are just the rules. Oh, whoa. Power laser already. Wow, don't hurt me. Oh, that was so close. Another one? Damn it, Tails. Oh, looks like I sent him kind of off track there. I don't know how I did that, but it was great. And that's probably the quickest I've ever completed this boss fight in my entire life.
I guess he was just a regular hedgehog after all.
Legend has it, when all 7 Chaos Emeralds are collected, the power creates a miracle. I have 6 of them. They're mine. All mine.
I don't think so.
Shadow.
So that was your plan. Or was it a direct order from the president? Now I know who you are. You're the government spy, Rouge the Bat, aren't you?
So you did your homework. Is that it? I would say that's an invasion of privacy.
I can say the same thing about you.
It looks like things aren't quite going your way. But since my job was done, I thought it was time to take what's mine and get out of this place.
You are one pathetic creature.
Look who's talking. What about you? Here are the results of the research project called the Ultimate Life Form. But if this picture is of the real ultimate life form named Shadow, then exactly who or what is standing in front of me?
Chaos Emeralds. Shit. Someone's trying to get the Eclipse Cannon. There's not much time left before the cannon fires again. Can you get over there?
If you want to live, leave the Chaos Emeralds where they are. The fake emerald is good enough for
Do you actually believe that you're the real Shadow?
you. No
Even
doubt.
your memories might not be real, you know?
Even if my memories are not real, it's still me, Shadow. I will fulfill my promise to Maria. That's the only thing that matters to me.
Alright, looks like Shadow figured it all out for us because he is just that smart. Though you could make this argument, and I would not because you guys know how much I love Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't want to cast him in a negative light. But you could make the argument that, hey, if you already knew there was someone named Rouge the Bat, wouldn't it have made you suspicious that there's a Rouge that's also a bat on your team that you're trusting with the password to the Space Colony controls and Chaos Emeralds and everything else? Yeah, but like I said, I'm not making that argument, so we don't have to worry about it. Anyway, here we are, Final Chase. As the name implies, it's the final mission. And we've got these cylinders, which force Shadow to cling onto them, first of all, so they have their own kind of gravity fields. As you can see, we can just stand still and we'll move along. But we also have to rotate around them for some reason. It is what it is. They get particularly annoying when you have to go kind of vertical like this. It can be sort of difficult to manage. This is one of those instances where if you grew up with the game and you got used to the controls and everything, you probably don't even notice it all that much. In fact, you feel very comfortable going quickly and taking shortcuts and everything else. I'm pretty much at that point. I feel just fine with it, but I would understand why a newcomer would be like, what the heck is this? Anyway, let's see if we can land over here. Nope! I always forget which ones are landable and which ones are not. But that's okay. We were high enough up that we could just jump all the way down here and make our way. Yeah, we're making just swift progress through this mission. Anyway, Rouge, revealed that Shadow isn't Shadow. And it's very confusing. You may have seen the image that was on there. It was of the Ultimate Light Form, so-called Ultimate Light Form. But it clearly wasn't Shadow. It didn't look anything like Shadow. And so it's like, what is this? Is Shadow real? Is Maria real? Well, we're pretty sure Maria is real because Eggman knows about a Maria. Like even if he doesn't know about Maria per se at this point, at the very least, he knows there's something about Maria that's significant to his grandfather. So why would his grandfather basically make up, a name? I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. But here is Shadow's final upgrade, and actually, if I'm correct, yeah, it's the final upgrade in the entire game. Wow, that snuck up on us, didn't it? It's Mystic Melody. Finally, the 6th Mystic Melody upgrade. It works the same way as for everybody else. Nothing really to say here. We're going to use it to take a little long cut because, of course, going out of our way to get this upgrade takes longer than just going through the level normally. But here we are. We got these chaos creatures that we sometimes have to use for platforming purposes, which I hate because they're weirdo tentacle arms that come out and attack you. They're just hyper accurate, and it makes it really difficult to just play. So I don't want that. I want it to be simpler. I'm gonna get this checkpoint because the final mission in any story tends to be one of the more difficult ones. So we want to have every possible advantage that we can. Wow, we're just breezing through. And I love grinding, so that's great that they incorporate grinding in here as well. Not as much as as Final Rush, but see there, by stepping on top of those cylinders, you don't have to use the cylinder function and run around all of them. It's just so much faster. Here, we're gonna take the long way. We're just gonna jump over all of this. See, just avoid using all these cylinders altogether. It's just so nice. You can just skip so much trouble for yourself. It's great. One interesting thing, this level was actually my first exposure to Sonic Adventure 2, specifically Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, for the GameCube. What was happening was I was watching like a trailer of some sort. I don't think it was an official trailer. It was just like, like a fan-made trailer, compilated, footage. They just put together a bunch of footage and showed it. And I remember seeing this level, and I was like, wow, this is the coolest thing. And I may have already said this, but I just love watching Shadow's quill, and of course this goes for Sonic as well. I just love watching their quills on their heads just, just bouncing and going from side to side when they're running and stuff. It's so cool. I think that's such a cool detail. I mean, of course that's it's nothing crazy impressive for today, but I love looking at these old games and just seeing attention to detail they had for the time, especially given technology constraints. It's cool. Anyway, I feel like we're already at the end of the level. I'm pretty sure this is it. Sometimes I just like to barrel down like this, but often that gets you into positions where you run into these meteors. Actually, I don't know if they're technically meteors when they're just holding still. Oh, shoot, don't kill yourself. This is always kind of tough because you aim perfectly, but we managed to do it, so can't be that hard, right? If Yxlarb can do it, anyone can do it.
That wasn't so hard. You never cease to surprise me, Blue Hedgehog. I thought that capsule you were in exploded in space.
You know, what can I say? I die hard.
So, there's more to you than just looking like me. What are you, anyway?
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
I see. But you know, I can't let you live. Your adventuring days are coming to an end.
All right, Shadow. Time for me to finish this.
How fitting that the final boss is Sonic the Hedgehog. Just love it. Anyway, since I went over this fight thoroughly when we were playing through the hero story, and explained all the concepts, and because it's fully identical in the Dark story, I'm just gonna, go through it the way it's intended to be gone through, and just, not really take too much time. Sure, we can grind for rings, but as you can see, Sonic uses Chaos Control. He used the fake emerald before, and he's using it again during this fight. I'm gonna try to be quiet next time, that way you can actually hear him say it. Oh shit! Go! That was unbelievably close. Of course, I said, alright, listen, as soon as he said it. I'm going to try to use one more. There you go. You can actually hear me saying Chaos Control. It's great. Anyway, we're going to take him out right now. And remember, I told you guys, when I was first playing through this game, when I was very young, I was able to actually complete the Dark story back then. Not the hero story, but the Dark story, yes. It would take me literally 45 minutes using my weirdo-ass ring lightspeed dash strategy. But here we are. In 1 minute and 15 seconds exactly, we just demolished Sonic.
This completes my plan to take over the world. Now is the glorious era of the Empire of Eggman.
Alright guys, that's the end of the Dark story. And as you may have noticed, we're left with some questions that went unanswered, such as, is Shadow the Hedgehog actually the ultimate life form or not? More importantly, does that even matter? That's one thing you have to ask yourself. Why does Rouge even care, right? And also, Rouge is, a government agent, right? She's a government agent. She's a spy. I get, was that like common knowledge for everyone? Does everyone just know, like, oh yeah, Rouge the Bat, the government spy? Or was Shadow able to, procure that information somehow through, some secret manner? But yeah, pretty much the ultimate life form question is there, and also whether the Eclipse Cannon fired or not, because as we saw at the end of the hero story, Sonic prevented the Eclipse Cannon from firing, and in fact he destroyed it. Here, Eggman activated it. Although we didn't see it fire, presumably it will fire. That leads you to ask the question, the natural question of, oh, maybe the end, like, is the ending different depending on which story you complete? Like, maybe in the dark story scenario, it does fire, and in the hero story scenario, it doesn't. You know, that's something you could say. Fortunately, I think we will find all these answers, but it's just a matter of how. I will say, I'm just gonna give my general thoughts now on the, you know, after having completed the dark story. First of all, these last 3 episodes, beginning with Dark Episode 3, Part 3 of the Dark Story, this was all recorded in one day on February 23rd. I have traveled back from Seattle to my Idaho apartment, you know, for a business trip, and I'm also going to be going to visit Bosniancheese, as well as my family, down south for a couple of weeks. It wasn't supposed to be for that long, but yeah, it you know, there was some delays. Part of the reason why I'm going down there is to buy a car, and the car that I purchased is delayed in shipping, so that's why I'm going to end up staying there for so long. But that'll be nice. It'll give us some time to record and everything else. But the point I'm trying to make is I recorded all this in one go. So a majority of the dark story was recorded just now. That's part of why I felt like it went so fast for me. But it is also just so short. You know, the hero story was already short. This one's even shorter than that. And yeah, it's just a short game. You guys know this. I've already explained it to you. It's just sort of crazy. I love playing through the dark story, especially because I get to play as Shadow. That's the most important thing for me. Eggman and Rouge, I can take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. I love playing as all the characters in this game. I absolutely adore it, and I'm definitely going to give you guys more thoughts as we go.
The ultimate life form.
Chaos
Vengeance.
Space Desperation.
Supersonic
Tears.
untamed power.
Maria.
Professor Gerald, the truth about 50 years ago.
Sonic Adventure 2. Last episode. Wishes are eternal.
What are they talking about?
Story select.
Ha 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 ha, there you are, guys. Yes, upon completing, I'm sure this wasn't a mystery to most of you, but for those of you who didn't know about this, be sure to be excited. Upon completing the entire hero and dark stories, you'll unlock the last story, which gives you the ultimate, true, canonical ending. And I absolutely cannot wait to explore it with you guys next week. Have a wonderful day.